Hey y'all, it's the Southern Woods here, and today we'll be reviewing the Camillus Carnivore X. Now this is a machete-like tool or blade that I got as a gift. Now online I looked it up, it's about 25 to 50-ish bucks depending on where you go. So I'd say it's like a mid-range sort of machete. It's alright on the price, but we'll be reviewing this. I'll give you an up-close look at the case itself, where you hold the blade. As you can see in big letters, that's what it is. I'll explain that little metal thing right there, that little blade, later. And then on the back, it says it again, nice little font. You can probably hear my little kitty cat in the background complaining. But the case itself, very hard sort of plastic material. Haven't had any complaints yet, except right there on the latches, the thread's sort of coming off a little bit. Not a huge deal as of now, but as you can see, there's a latch towards the bottom of the handle and one towards the top. So now for the blade itself. Now, the shape. It's a very straight edge right there, and it squares off towards the point. There is no really point, so you don't stab someone with it, you want to hack someone with it. So it's squared off point, and it has, I don't really know what this is for, but maybe a bottle opener. And then it has the saw right here. Now the saw is really sharp, brand new. The blade itself is pretty sharp, but when you open it up, definitely watch out for the saw part. Now the handle, I really like the handle. It's long, has grooves for the fingers towards the bottom, and it has ridges back here. Very easy to hold on to and whack. I'm not afraid of losing it. And at the end here, I guess if you had a rope or carabiner or something, you could carry it like so, even though you would want to carry it in this, where you're supposed to, but I guess if you lose this somehow and you don't mind hacking off your limb, it'll be alright. So, the blade itself is supposed to be titanium. I'll give you a more up-close look. It is a pretty blade, I'll give it that. That was my first machete or blade having a squared off point. As you can see, there's the grip, the handle itself. Now, I have done a little bit of trailblazing with this already. I wanted to get a personal feel of it before I went on the review, and it did okay. Not as good as I hoped it would. It had some trouble on the bigger limbs, but I will give you a test right now, and we will see how good it is on cutting limbs firsthand on camera. Now right here are some thinner limbs that I'm going to attempt to hack down with the machete. Clean cut. Clean cut. Clean cut. Clean cut. Clean cut. Clean cut. So on thin limbs, it does well. Now up above me are some thicker limbs. We're going to try to hack these down. So on the thicker limbs, it has more trouble getting the job done, as you can see on that very last one. Now for the final test, we're going to use the saw part to try to saw this down a good bit. Won't go all the way, but we'll see how well it does. Now, this blade is sharp, yes, but the way the handle is for sawing makes it a little bit more difficult. Will it do the job? Yeah, but normal machetes typically do a little bit better, and or, you know, saws. But if this was your only tool and you were out there in the wilderness alone, you could cut branches and probably saw things down all day. I do not doubt it. Alright, so in conclusion to the blade itself, if you're trailblazing or just hacking things, this blade will get the job done. But if you're trying to hack some thicker wilderness, you may struggle a little bit. Just be prepared to hack some more. As I said, the handle's comfortable and easy to use, but over time, it'll probably start to blister you fairly easily. Now the saw part, the sharpest thing on this thing, but as the saw itself, it's a little bit more difficult to use just based on how the handle is, and I don't know, it had trouble. So overall, I really enjoy this blade. Not mainly, but more on a look factor than anything. It's a cool blade in my opinion. Definitely something to have if you are into this sort of thing. I keep it in my car, so if anyone tries to rob me, just whip this thing out. I bet you they'll run, unless they have a gun. But as a tool itself, I'd have to give it 6.5 stars. It'll get the job done, but it isn't as efficient as I hoped. The handle on the swing, the front swing, good, but if you're trying to saw, it's sort of difficult. And yeah, but look-wise, I really like the way this looks. I'd probably give it 8 stars. So I guess overall around 7.5 stars, 7.5 stars on this blade, this tool. Now, before you go, there's one more thing left. It comes with an extra little case part for this little blade right here. A Camillus spear point. Basically, if you're lost in the wilderness, which is what this tool is mainly for, get a stick and tie it onto this, and there you go, you have a spear. Now, this thing is pretty sharp too. I'll probably have to make a video on actually explaining how to use this. That would be pretty cool. But it's just a neat little extra thing that goes along with it. And just slips on right in there easily. So, that was my review on the Camillus Carnivore X. It's a fairly decent blade. For the price, is it worth it? I say yes. Even if you're paying like 30, 40 bucks. Only because, one, it's a looker, and two, it'll get the job done. And at the end of the day, that's what you want. Something that gets the job done. And this definitely will. Maybe not as well as other blades or even cheaper blades. But definitely go give it a shot if you're into machetes, tools, blades in general. I highly recommend this product. Hope you enjoyed the review. Go subscribe. Go smash a like button or comment or whatever y'all like to do. Thanks for everything. We hit 75 subscribers. Southern